What's up folks, it's Crush SG, and today we're going to take a look at a new variant of Nova LUT, Nova LUT Vibrant. Now apologies if I sound a little stuffed up, by the way. I'm nursing a crazy bug I caught from one of my petri dishes, one of my kids. I had planned to wait till I was fully recovered, but this bout of whatever it is taking so long to go away, I just figured, you know what, I'm going to record it anyway, so bear with me. Alright, so Nova LUT should need no introduction. It is a hugely popular mod and I've covered it numerous times on my channel already, so hopefully I'll be able to keep things shorter for this one. But for the benefit of those new to the channel or new to Cyberpunk modding, here's a brief overview. Nova LUT is titled as Nova LUT AGX Color Space on Nexus Mods. It is a series of LUTs and ENVs by the modder TheCyanidex. Now, Cyberpunk has a ton of awesome free lighting mods available on Nexus Mods, but I don't think there is one that is quite as prominently featured as Nova LUT when it comes to the hundreds of photorealistic Cyberpunk showcases on YouTube. And yes, this includes many of the ones that don't credit their mod lists in their videos, or worse, paywall their mod lists. More on this topic specifically at the end of the video. So at time of posting, Nova LUT has 4 color grading variants. We have the classic Nova LUT, titled as just Nova LUT, but for the purposes of this video, I'll be referring to it as Nova Classic. We then have Nova LUT Pure 2.2, which I'll refer to as Nova Pure. There's Nova LUT Supernova, which I'll refer to as just Supernova. And then we have the focus of today's showcase, Nova LUT Vibrant. Each of these variants brings something slightly different to the table. I've showcases on all the other variants on my channel and will link them in the description if you want more info on those. Alright, Nova LUT Vibrant. Honestly, it does exactly what the name says. It is the vibrant edition of Nova LUT. Think more color saturation, more contrast. To quote the description, it has less color attenuation, purer blues, and greater contrast. It also has the most accurate yellows and reds. And not much else to say here. If you've watched my other showcases before, you kinda know what to expect, so let's dive into the comparisons. I'll provide side-by-sides with vanilla first, followed by a very brief comparison between all 4 LUT variants, and then I'll round things off with my thoughts after, and as always, timestamps to hop around the video. Alright, so those were the side-by-sides. Overall, I think Nova Vibrant is a great addition to the Nova LUT series. You see, a common comment that I've gotten on my various Nova LUT showcases has been that some of you feel that Nova LUT tended to mute or desaturate the colors a little too much. Nova Pure did bump up the saturation and the contrast a little, but it seems some still felt that even that one was too muted. So Nova Vibrant should take care of that side of things quite well, bringing a whole lot more saturation and vibrance while adding a touch more contrast. Now the difference in the yellows and the reds is very apparent. I would personally describe the yellows and the reds as more stark, more pure yellow, pure red, carrying less of an orange hue compared to the other variants, especially compared to Supernova. Now, as for my personal preferences though, I tend to lean more toward the Nova Pure or the Nova Classic side of things for a non-reshaded loadout, and I'm firmly with Supernova for a reshade-based loadout. You see, I think the strength of Nova LUT is how natural and realistic it looks, and Nova Vibrant kinda goes the other way, if you get what I mean. It's a little too blue, the yellows and the reds pop just a little too much. I know, this is super subjective. What I find natural and realistic will undoubtedly be different from someone else. But that's the great thing about modding and having different options. You can pick and choose whatever looks best to you. At the end of the day, you're the one playing the game, right? It's gotta look best to you. But yeah, Nova Vibrant, great addition to round off the Nova LUT series. Now there should be a Nova LUT for almost everyone. All that said, I do have one suggestion for those willing to try it. If, like me, you find Nova Vibrant a little bit too saturated, or maybe you'd prefer the classic or the pure look, consider pairing Nova Vibrant with just the vanilla ENV instead of the Nova ENV. You see, pairing Nova LUT with the vanilla ENV tends to mute the colors a fair bit across the board, which then typically requires reshade to balance things out. But with the added saturation and vibrance of the Nova LUT Vibrant, I think it actually works really well with the vanilla ENV without then needing to use any reshade. For those who have watched my other showcases, you know that I actually really like the vanilla ENV for the ambience that it brings, so this is a cool combination to run if you don't like the vanilla color grading, but still like the vanilla ambience, like the bloom, denser fog and stuff. So yeah, give it a try, let me know what you think of it in the comments below. And that's pretty much it for the showcase, folks. So if that was what you were here for, thanks for dropping by. Go over to Nexus Mods, check out Nova LUT. The links are all in the description as always. And for those who are still here, well, just a couple of things before we wrap things up proper. So I'm currently working on another mod recommendation video with some 10 or so mods. Haven't done one of those for a while, and I've gotten a few comments asking for, new suggestions or new lists. And for those wondering why I don't do more of these mod recommendation lists and stuff, it's honestly because I just don't run that many mods on my game. Okay, wait, that's not exactly true. I have over 200 mods installed right now, so let me rephrase it. I prefer a more vanilla plus experience with an emphasis on vanilla. So I'm not the most adventurous person when it comes to gameplay or appearance altering mods. And for better or worse, many of the newer mods that have come out over the last couple of months have been just that, gameplay or appearance altering mods. A large majority of these 200 or so mods that I currently have installed has not actually changed for months. A lot of the mods that I covered in my previous mod lists I still use today. I like the way my game is set up right now, and I don't want to force myself to scour Nexus for mods that I may not like just for the sake of content. It might lower the quality of my content covering mods I don't necessarily like or use, and it could start a whole vicious cycle of me kind of burning out in the game. It's a fine line, it's happened before, so I'm trying to pace myself for now. Anyway, yep, so I'm working on that right now. Hopefully I'll be able to get it out over the next few days, over the next week. We'll see. As for the other thing, Said I would talk about it at the end of the video, and that is this whole thing about folks paywalling mod lists. I've never directly addressed this topic before, and I don't really want to go off on some crazy rant about it, so I'll just say this. For those new to the channel, or if you're just getting into modding Cyberpunk, just know that 99.9% of the mods worth using in this game are available for free directly from the authors themselves on some database like Nexus Mods. You can download the mods from there, submit bug reports, get troubleshooting support from the respective mod pages and mod authors. To be clear, I'm not saying that I am against paying for mods, by the way. I'm not against paid mods. There are a couple of mods that I have paid for myself, such as the very first iteration of the FSR 3 frame gen mod. I use an AMD GPU. The NVIDIA one is free, the AMD one isn't. A bit ironic, I know, but hey, what are we gonna do, right? I've also paid for a couple of virtual reality mods for Cyberpunk, like Rail VR. And you know what? I'm not even against charging for reshade presets, though, I personally wouldn't pay for them, but hey, reshade isn't the easiest thing for everyone. So sure, you came up with a good preset, folks like it, you feel you want to charge for your effort, go for it. Now, what I am against, however, is putting mod lists that contain free mods behind a paywall and flat out not crediting the mods that you use specifically in a showcase video. This can be extremely misleading, making folks think that what they are seeing is only possible by paying for your reshade preset or your special mod list, when the reality is that most of the heavy lifting is done by the mods that are completely free, and to some extent that 4090 or whatever sitting in your PC enabling you to run path tracing, which is a function that is included in the base game itself. You didn't create those mods. You didn't put in the time and effort maintaining them or providing support for them. You put the showcase video together, and YouTube pays you for that effort. Proportional to the size of your channel, of course, but you get my point. At least have the decency to credit the mods that enable your content. Anyway, you see, this is why I don't like addressing topics like this. I can get a little overly zealous. Just be wary. If you come across a showcase video that gives little to no mod information other than some Patreon link, just go check out Nexus Mods. You'll find almost all the mods you want there. And if you follow some content creators who are big into modding in Cyberpunk, I'm sure they'll be more than happy to help and may even have content specifically for that purpose. I personally have a basic modding guide myself, and I'll link that in the description. And yep, no more, that's it. Rant over. As always, thumbs up if you liked it, sub to see more, and I'll catch you in the next one, folks. Take care.